Lights up, Bronx Arts Middle. This is your principal, Mr. Gonzalez, bringing you your news for today, Wednesday, October 23rd, 2019. Hey, you know what? Middle school matters, and that is why we have developed the middle school method, complete for you to build a solid foundation for middle school and beyond, because high school starts now. That's right. Here's where we start getting you ready for that high school selection process. And the middle school method is artist process, followed by growth mindset. Don't forget those visual thinking strategies, artist palette, and what ties it and monitors all of it is BASE, Bronx Art Soaring Scholars. We're reminding you to be your best always, attend school each day, show respect, and succeed academically. And when you do all of that, you're eligible for a monthly BASE incentive. Movie night is what it is this month. Make sure that you check out the details outside Ms. Monegro's office. And moving right along, we're going to put that spotlight on step 3 of the middle school method, visual thinking strategies. So what is that? Some of you have done it already. Visual thinking strategies essentially is using art to teach you how to think. That is because visual thinking strategies takes you through a process on how to think and how to problem solve, especially how to make a claim and support it with evidence. We have 3 questions in visual thinking strategies. It's what's going on in this picture. What do you see that makes you say that? And what more can we find? Well, I'm here to tell you that those 3 questions can be applied in visual thinking strategies, of course, but it can also be applied in almost any situation or problem. What's going on? What do you see that makes you say that? And what more can you find? That process of finding something, making the claim and supporting it with evidence is the basis of everything. That's why it is so important and such a part of the middle school method. We have expectations for VTS. Remember, you observe silently. That's because you should look at problems or anything silently, quietly, and focus. Actively listen to what's going on, to what others are saying. Use one mic, one voice to make that happen so you can listen. And of course, using accountable talk. And accountable talk, these talking stems help you sound better. So when you're crafting an argument and you use these great talking stems, you sound like a better speaker, which only makes your argument stronger. That argument then that you speak turns into better writing. That is why the visual thinking strategies is part of the middle school method. Now, you know what else is part of middle school? Respect. We've been talking a lot about respect because it's part of BASE, and we also think it's important and valuable. When scholars communicate with each other, it's important that respect be always the focus. When scholars don't use respectful ways of speaking with one another, that's when things go wrong. And so we've reminded you, I told you yesterday about think. Before you say something to someone, think about it. Is this true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? Above all, is it kind? If it doesn't meet any of those, then get it? All right. Moving on to the call board for today's school announcements. Are you a leader? Do you want to be a leader? Are you an emerging leader? Are you a baby leader? Are you a big leader? Are you a small leader? If you think you are a leader, then BAM wants you. You know who wants you? BAM Operations wants you because they want student ambassadors. Here are the qualifications to be a student ambassador. And while you read those qualifications right there on your screen, let me tell you a little bit about it. A student ambassador will be a student worker that will work in the office up to 30 minutes daily, doing light office work and assisting anywhere necessary for the operations team. The operations team is Miss Williams, Miss Rivera, Miss Cowan. Those are the people that keep the school running and are not necessarily the teachers. That's operations. And they need some help from student ambassadors because we also do recruiting. That's right. BAM recruits students every year to add on to our 6th grade and to make our school grow. The operations team is the key group that makes that recruitment process happen. And we want student ambassadors to help recruit new families to Bronx Arts Middle later this spring and also to help them out and to keep this school running smoothly. If you have any desire to be a student ambassador, you can see Ms. Williams in the main office, or Ms. Rivera, Ms. Cowan too, and there is how you apply. You fill out an application, and you need to have a peer and a teacher recommendation, and the application is due October 31st. When we go home, remember that we have Guard McRae every day over at the crosswalks. We use crosswalks, and importantly, we are home and we are away from the school by 4 p.m. Hanging out and waiting for buses to go by so you can hang out and chat with your friends, not the best thing to do. Waiting till after 4 to get home is definitely a no-no. Please be gone and be at home or on your way home by 4 p.m. And we read at Bronx Arts Middle, and that is why we now have library time. Advisories are going to have a schedule. They're going to visit the library upstairs. This starts Monday next week. You will be able to check out materials from the library upstairs. And if you are interested in being part of the Summer of the Mariposas book club, see Mr. McCabe. Water bottles are filled during breakfast and lunch only. Please do not deviate from these times. And one more time before we go, scholars, as you communicate with one another, remember, it is always respectful when you are kind. That's it for me. And remember, you can't start your day without, that's right, arts. Bye.